Hey everyone, excited to be back for this week's edition of Frequently Asked Questions for Commercial Real Estate. In today's video, what I want to do is talk a little bit about an experience that I had in New York City when I was there visiting with my wife and a few of our friends for a recent weekend getaway. So we had the opportunity to tour the Knakal Map Room. My friend Faraz, who's also managing director at BK RIA, was able to coordinate it, and so we were able to walk up into the infamous Knakal Map Room, and they showed us around for about 15, maybe 20 minutes. And we got a feel for how they operate within their business. And I was able to meet some of their team members, and it was a really cool experience. But what I thought I'd do is, you obviously see a lot of these pictures on social media of people who have toured the map room, but I haven't seen many videos about insights that we've garnered from the experience. And so I thought I'd create a video that explained just a few lessons that I've learned just based on the way that they operate that maybe you can apply to your business, and hopefully it allows you to translate that into the future success. And I'm definitely going to try to see if there's ways that we can incorporate that going forward within my own business. And so before we dive into this video, I'd greatly appreciate it if you can like and subscribe to this channel. It really does help with the YouTube algorithm and ensures more and more people can hear this message and learn about the many facets of commercial real estate. So now you've done that, go ahead and like and subscribe below. Let's go ahead and dive right into this episode. All right, so to start off, I'd say the most compelling lesson that I've learned from that experience is the level of commitment that each team member has to growing the knowledge base that is the Knakal Map Room. So the way that it was described to me, Joss with the firm also was able to kind of explain the mechanics of it. But from my understanding, a lot of the agents all the agents really that are with the firm currently are focusing on specific property types, and they're targeting different areas of town and getting an understanding of the product that's available and the opportunities that are available based on the product type that they're targeting. And so, you could see on this map that they're color coded based on different opportunities and different characteristics of the buildings. And I'm assuming there's other characteristics that they're following along based on the different color code and map legend that they have. And so I was you know, inspired to see that level of detail when it came to their understanding of the product that they're targeting. And there's a reason why they've been able to have a lot of success early on. And I know that Bob has taken a lot of the principles that he used to grow Massey Knakal into the most one of the most successful firms in New York City and applied it to this new firm of his. And so it's kind of cool to see a lot of these team members, many of whom are younger in their career, taking on that approach because it's only going to serve them very well going forward. And so, obviously commitment to the knowledge base, growing the knowledge base, color coding of different opportunities to identify where there could be potential for, either representation or, maybe there's something related to potential development sites, et cetera. So that was very insightful. And also the physical nature of the maps, because obviously digitizing things has always been very much something that I like to do because it makes it a lot more streamlined. But there's something to be said about physically going on a map and color coding things and writing in the margins and trying to identify opportunities that way, because I believe it kind of reinforces that idea in your brain, and it's only going to benefit your base going forward. And so those are some of the characteristics regarding the actual commitment to knowledge, building that knowledge base that will separate you from just brokers that don't necessarily take that level of commitment when it comes to their approach. So that's number one. Number two is the collaborative working environment. What I found interesting was that the way when you walk into the map room, obviously you'll see the maps on the wall, and there's a large map that you can see, obviously the larger city as a whole. But as you turn the corner, now you're in just the office setting, and a lot of these desks are kind of just over waist high, so you're actively interacting with the agents in the office, and Bob's desk is literally in the middle of that office. And so I think by him doing that, he's making a statement saying that, hey, I want you guys to see how I operate. I want other agents to see how other agents are operating and create some form of a collaborative environment where people share ideas or people are engaging with one another to be able to continually learn and grow over time. And so I think that's just a big statement made by Bob in his decision to create that open floor plan and then have him sit in the middle and not be tucked away in an office, kind of operating individually, because it doesn't allow for the osmosis of information and the way that you should operate in business to take place, especially with younger agents. And so I think that's one thing that I found to be very insightful, because, I'm sure depending on what brokerage you're at, that may or may not be the case. There's some brokerages out there that are very close to the vest with everything. And, even senior agents aren't really communicating often with junior agents. And there's an idea that it's every person for themselves type environment. And that is definitely not the case at BKREA. And I was very pleasantly surprised to see that way. And I know it's going to bode well for them extremely going forward. And then finally, another thing that I was able to garner from just my brief interaction with Bob and the rest of his team is the infectious energy. Everyone at the firm was excited to be there, which I know kind of seems, not necessarily counterintuitive, but there's definitely office environments that I've been at where people are not excited to be there and they're just kind of dragging their feet, and you could tell the energy difference between those individuals. And I could tell that every single person that was in that office was excited to be there. You could tell that they're all high-performing individuals that are committed to success, which is awesome, right? You create a high-performing team and surround yourself with other high-performing and positive individuals. It's only going to benefit you in the long run going forward. And you could tell that they feel like they're working towards a purpose, which is, again, I think the way that you foster a powerful team or work environment is by formulating a purpose for what you're doing and being able to convey that purpose on a regular basis. And it seems that they have been able to do that. And it's evidenced by the fact that everyone that I interacted with during my short stint or a short time visiting at the Map Room kind of fit that mold. And so it was really cool to see what they're building over there and the energy that is being emitted from individuals that are on the team. So those are just some of the three lessons that I've learned. So, one thing that I could say is that all of us can learn about our local market and be committed to being a true expert on the property type we're targeting, if that's something we're doing, or if you're more of a generalist based on the fact you're in a smaller marketplace, being able to get very, very granular when it comes to the nuances of the inner workings of the city and ways that you can create opportunities for your clients. We can all commit to that. So I think that's one thing that we need to really, really consider. Regarding growing a team, creating a collaborative work environment is extremely important. You want to have people who are sharing ideas with one another, and then being able to showcase to younger agents that this is how you do business in a positive way, and being able to inspire them to be better and better in their career as well. That's something that I think we can all commit to. And then, I think one of the easiest, but also oftentimes can be sometimes the hardest thing, if in fact you surround yourself with people who don't share the same ideas, is the positive energy piece. I think positive energy is infectious, but so is negative energy. And so we need to make a commitment to surround ourselves with people who have positive energy and foster an environment where people who do have positive energy are attracted to the organization, because it's only going to benefit the business going forward. So those are some of the ideas that I garnered. Obviously, I want to have a huge thanks to Bob, Faraz, Hennessy, and Josh. Obviously, I was able to meet some of the team members as well for showing us around. And I greatly appreciate your all's commitment to the industry. And I look forward to being able to visit with you all in the future again. And hopefully we can draw some of these lessons that I've learned from this experience and apply it to my own business. See you all next time.